You have found Life in the 1900s Newspapers. Why read the actual words from old newspapers? Today, we're in the roaring 20s. Let's see what happened on April 1st, 1929. We will be reading the Martinsburg Journal from Martinsburg, West Virginia. Martinsburg is looking for a slogan. The Chamber of Commerce, alive to modern tendencies, has found that the old slogan has lost their punch. The gateway to the Shenandoah has been Martinsburg's slogan the past few years. But now, dozens of cities are claiming to be the gateway of something or other. So now Martinsburg needs a new slogan, something that is descriptive but not flamboyant. Fancy, but not foolish. Something striking, but not bizarre. Something forcible, but still dignified. And to the person who can condense into a few snappy words an expression of what Martinsburg's is and what she hopes to be, to the person who can ferret out a single phrase that will stick in memory, tickle the ear, and advertise Martinsburg, held for stealing Trolley, Pittsburgh, April 1st. O.J. Coates, 28, was held on a charge of stealing a trolley car. Police said he took it from the yards of the Berkeley Springs, April 1st. J.B. Vannersdale and O.M. Marker were each fined $1 and costs by Squire Unger when taken before him on Thursday. Vannersdale was charged with taking licenses from old cars and putting them on a new car, and Marker was charged with not having any brakes on his car. New York. The explanation of half a dozen young women who smoked cigarettes in the Fifth Avenue Easter Parade is that their torches of freedom were lighting the way to equal rights for smokers of both sexes. Women smoking in public was a big deal in the 20s. Here's some actual pictures of that 1929 Easter parade where the women got together to smoke publicly. Skylight Yeggman robbed 6 places, Chicago, April 1st. Skylight Yeggman, Friday night, robbed the safes of 6 commission houses in one block, obtaining a total of $4,650 in currency and checks. 3 of the safes were blown open. On the others, the combinations had been knocked off. Entrance to each place was gained through a skylight on the roof, the yeggmen lowering themselves into buildings with ropes. Don't see ads like this one in today's papers. Important. We removed dead horses and cattle, also old and disabled horses, by auto truck. We pay your telephone call fees. A.F. Reese, Hagerstown, Maryland, Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Phones in Hagerstown is 22B, in Greencastle 161W. Radio murder is first known. Watertown, South Dakota, April 1st. Angered because one of his 2 stepsons persisted in tuning in the radio, R.W. Wiseman slew the offender, G.E. Ellis, and wounded Tim Ellis, the other stepson, with a shotgun Saturday. The wounded boy's arm was torn away at the wrist. Doctors said his mother, who knotted a bandage about the arm, saved her of his life. Wiseman, State's Attorney Janes said, became enraged when his stepson disobeyed orders to turn off the radio and arose from bed to procure the shotgun. Officers said the man admitted killing the youth, who was an operator of a moving picture machine. He did not live at the Wiseman home, but went there for a visit last night. That makes me wonder what was on the radio in 1929. Let's look at today's radio programs. At WEF New York, Waldorf Astoria dinner music, followed by the Steppers. Ooh, and then Rudy Valley's dance orchestra. At WLW Cincinnati is City Government with the Hotel Orchestra. Great Adventures, Professor Kyrock, the Mountaineer Minstrels. No wonder the guy wanted him to turn it off. If I Were a Man by Jill, I wouldn't force my attentions on my stenographer. I wouldn't call her sweetheart and dearie and expect her to stand for honey words and casual mauling. If she met my advances halfway, that'd be something else again. But if she showed me plainly that she didn't care for personalities and wasn't looking for a sugar daddy, I'd stop annoying her. I wouldn't bring her gifts and try to date her up for dinner. I wouldn't insist upon her sitting uncomfortably close while I was dictating or putting my arm around her as I leaned above her desk. If I Were a Girl by Jack, I wouldn't be too generous with my kisses. It's trite, but it's true. Nevertheless, that a man never values what he can obtain too cheaply, and that applies to kisses as well as to anything else in life. A man appreciates what he has to work for, whether it's a car, a motorboat, or a kiss. The girl who makes the boyfriends exert themselves a little to win her kisses is a whole lot more desirable in the eyes of a man than the red-hot Momma who is right on the job with puckered lips all set and waiting. A man likes to feel that a kiss is a favor bestowed upon, especially to him, a tribute to his attractiveness and masculine virility. We want the privilege of the chase and the thrill of landing the quarry. The girl who gives her favors too easily makes a big mistake. It is the wise girl who errs on the side of restraint. Did you notice in these pictures that flappers have trouble keeping their skirts down? By the way, do you know the difference between a vamp and the flapper from the 20s? A vamp comes from the word vampire, and she was known as a woman who seduces men just for her own gain. The flapper was a party girl, known for her short skirts, smoking in public, and just living her life to have fun.
That's why you're shy. So shy when you're eating watermelon on the sly. Always taking brother's piece of chicken fried. That's why you're shy. You ain't gonna grow up into nothing, making eyes all over the place. Anybody who amounts to something always looks the world in the face. So shy, say you're sorry, cross your heart and hope to die. And I'll never, never tell your mammy why you're shy. so shy.
Flapper's Ball. Complying with a demand for a repetition of a recent affair, a quartet of young ladies are to present another Flapper's Ball at Grandel's Monday night. The West Virginians will furnish the dance music. Now playing at the Apollo Theater, complete dialogue throughout. Interference, a strange drama which on the stage thrilled New York and London for 3 years, now immortal on the speaking screen. Starring Evelyn Brent, Clive Brooke, Doris Kenyon, and William Powell. Then coming to the Apollo on Wednesday and Thursday, April 3rd and 4th, the latest all-talking Vitaphone special, On Trial, with Pauline Frederick, Burt Little, and Lois Wilston. Now the finest, most sensational, all-talking picture the screen has ever afforded. The greatest thriller Broadway ever witnessed as a stage play.
So I picks up my ukulele and I sings her a little song. She says, Daddy, I'm strong for you. Ain't there something that you can do? So I picks up my ukulele and I sings her a little song. Oh, oh, when that feeling comes around, I know what to do to calm her down. Then she says, don't you want a pet? Oh, come on, get collegiate. So I picks up my ukulele and I sings her a little song.
Flapper Gilda Gray was known as Goddess of the Shimmy. We'll end today's video with a little footage of Gilda Gray. Thanks for watching.
Of the St. Louis blues, just as blue as why, that man's got a heart like a Ralph has in the sea. Or else he wouldn't go so far from me. If you don't my peaches, honey. Don't you shake my tree.